Hi, I'm Anna.
I'm Ben.
We're AutoSave. Welcome to our channel.
Todorochi Nisemonogatari Season 1, Episode 10. We're still in Tsukihi Phoenix, but we're meeting new characters?
And we still don't have Tsukihi.
Yuzuru, Yotsugi, I'm excited.
I'm also excited. I think we're probably going to head to the cram school
We'll
soon,
see.
Maybe.
I hope.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, Shinobu.
Is it the people we've met?
That was awesome. Okay. What?
They really got me with that.
How impressive. What kind of hat?
A cute hat. I agree with that.
If we never see Yotsugi again,
Will you be really
I will spend the
upset?
rest of my life tearing down the series from the inside. Yes.
カレンちゃんに何か用だったのか？前回のファイヤーシスターズ的活動、とりあえず一段落ついたんじゃなかったっけ？
いえいえ、
Vanilla ice cream.
何か用ってわけじゃないんだよ。なんか最近カレンちゃんとも別行動が増えてきたなって思って。お兄ちゃんにはどうせバレちゃってると思うけどさ、きっと私ってカレンちゃんほど情熱的に正義を信仰しているわけじゃないんだよね。正義が好きで正義が大好きだ。だけど私の中に確固とした正義があるわけじゃない。カレンちゃんはよく言うじゃない？正義の血が許せないとか、正義の魂が燃え上がるとか。カレンちゃんの中には正義があるけど、私の中にはそれがない。私の信じる私の正義はカレンちゃんの正義であり、そしてお兄ちゃんの正義
Not her own.
ね。カレンちゃんがあそこまで正義を確信していなかったら、私はきっと正義なんて不確かなもの信じていない。
The confidence.
その意味ではお兄ちゃん、
Talk it into existence.
私の正義は偽物だよ。私は正義を名乗るには周りの意見に左右されやすすぎるの。他人のために正義を実行するのがカレンちゃんなら、他人の影響で正義を実行するのが私なんだよ。最近はファイヤーシスターズもそろそろ潮時なのかなって思っちゃう場合も増えてきたんだよね。
いいんじゃねえの？別に
それが仕方がないことなのは分かってるけどさ、カレンちゃんに高校生になったらお兄ちゃんみたいに私をいじめるようになるのかな。
僕は頼りがいのあるお兄ちゃんとして
Yeah.
Yeah.
面倒を見てやっているつもりだぜ。
面倒を見るって歯磨きながらおっぱい触るとか。カレンちゃんが帰ってきたら今後のファイヤーシスターズの身体について真面目に話し合おう。
なんだ、場合によっては解散か？
あり得るね。
Could.
We have creative differences.
I don't want to be here when that conversation happens.
仕方ねえな。そん時くらいは時間作って顔出してやるよ。
で、面倒見のいいお兄ちゃん、出かけるところじゃなかったの？
Yeah, you have important business.
なんかついでに買い物してくるもんあるか？
How helpful.
いってらっしゃい。
いってらっしゃい。
Have funds.
ちょっと月日ちゃん。それ脱がそう。
やめてお兄ちゃん、何すんの？
やっぱそうだ。
何が起こってるの？
The Phoenix. There's already
Yeah.
something.
How can he tell?
Is it gonna be like this snake kind of?
傷なかったっけ？あったはずの傷がなくなった。
Oh.
医者から一生消えない折り紙付きで太鼓判を押されたはずなのだけれど。あれ？そういやお前、体に全然傷とか残ってねえな。
そりゃ傷
Why?
治るよ、人間なんだから。傷のあるなしを確認したいだけだったら手首を縛るのと馬乗りになって押し倒すのは全く必要なかったでしょ。
それは
なんで今解く前にわざわざ胸を触った？
いや、なんとなくなんか目についたとこにあったからどんなもんかな。ほら、ぷよぷよぷよぷよ。
足で触るな。そんな楽しげな効果音など出ていない。
そこだけ切り取って聞くとなんだかものすごいキャラだな。
まったくもう
I mean, even if they didn't hear it out of context.
なんだっけお前の彼氏はろうそく沢くんだっけまだ別れてねえの
悪いけどラブラブっすよ。
Oh?
What?
緑くんは
What?
Wait, they have boyfriends?
Since
基本
when?
は順調なはずだよ。
じゃ今度こそ行ってきます
How does the scar work?
お兄ちゃんの帰る家はない。
いや僕は必ず帰ってくるぜお前のその胸の中にな
フロッキーシューなんじゃこれ
Oh my god.
フレンチクルーラーをあろうことが合体させてしまうなんてものすごくさ
Look at her hat, Anna.
She's so cute.
もう分かっちゃったもん食べるまでもないいや食べるけども
I want to go make donuts right now.
ドーナツという
I was about to say I need a sweet treat, but I already had a cinnamon roll this morning.
なぜ今までこれらのマフィン系の存在をしておったのじゃいやまあしかし言うまでもない
Look at all the choices.
これをはじめとするこれまで食べお前様よこれ全部食べてもよいのか
良いわけないだろ
じゃあなんじゃこんなにも大量に陳列されとるドーナツの中から食すものを残酷に選別しな
Even though there's a sale, it doesn't mean we can buy all of them.
そうだなまずは3個くらいからスタートするの
Three's good.
なんじゃねえのか
Magic number.
おいおい我が主様よ先々のことを考えれば投資じゃと思ってわしに恩を売っといた方がお前様にとって
An investment.
お前に恩を売ったらどうなるってんだよああもう分かった分かったじゃあこうしよう僕とお前で5個ずつ選ぼう
Each choose 5.
それをシェアすればいいだろ
Oh,
Aw, share.
ああいうのは今回の派遣セールの対象外だからな
that's fair. Happiness is donut.
我慢してやるか
Oh,
Wait, we're not taking them home? We're just like eating them there?
yeah.
僕に道を尋ねてきた例の2人京都弁のお姉ちゃんと決め顔のお嬢ちゃんあいつらお前から見てどうだった
Strong?
Could they beat your karate master? Thank
と
you.
いうと
あれは人間ではない怪異じゃ人の形を模してはおるがわしと同じく見た目通りの年齢ではない小野の清継という名前も当然のことながら
An
不明じゃろ
alias.
世
Whoa.
継ぎってのが僕は気に影縫いのお姉さんの下の名前と対になってるってところが
じゃから名前で縛っておるんじゃろうよ
To bind her.
このわしがあの軽薄な小僧の名前でガッチリ縛られておるのと同様に要するに小野の清継は影の夜鶴の使い魔のよう
Familiar. What?
Ah.
まっとうな人間についての情報はあくまでもわしは漏らさんよあまり便利に使われてもなんじゃしのドーナツをおごってもらったぐらいでそこまで安い女ではない
It was more than a few. You guys got 10.
あそこの席に座っておるあの男にでも聞いてみたらどうじゃ
No. No. Absolutely not. Wait. What the actual...
That was the biggest pump
His
fake
music! Do you hear his music?
in my entire life.
I thought it was gonna be
な
Oshino.
んでドーナツ食ってんだよ
いわゆる野暮用だ。
Ugh.
ただのくだらん野暮用だ。
影縫い夜鶴と小野の清継ぎ知ってるよな
知りたいか教えてやる金を払え。
Pay up
ああ
all the money we saved on the deal with the donuts.
その2人の情報にはよ
どれ
うわ
まあいいだろう。
Just
あららに前と戦場が原。若い男女の前途を祝する意味でこの程度の
Makes sense.
許しておる。あいつらは専門家だよ。
specialists.
俺と同じゴーストバスタ
They're
ー。
setting up a base of operations.
俺が偽物であるのに
They're the real thing.
本物だ。俺が詐欺師ならあいつら
They are exorcists.
Ugh.
知り合いなのか
なぜそう思う
いや言い方がその口ぶりがそんな風かなって思って
直しているだけだ。
He's in the business. He got to know things.
Famous.
なあ、あららぎよ。専門家とはいえ連中の専門は非常に狭い。
What is that limited
こ
field?
の専門は不死身の怪異。
Immortal creatures.
不死身の怪異を専門にする陰陽師か標的は僕とお前ってことになるんだろうな
That's what I was kind of scared of.
わしもわしで立派な不死身殺しじゃよ大体そんなことを言い出したら不死身も何も怪異はそもそも生きておらんじゃろ
Oshino did bring up the fact that Shinobu was important to the ecosystem,
だっ
if
た
you
ら怪
will.
異は全部不死身みてえなもんなのか僕たちが標的とは限らないって言うんだったら忍お前はこの町に 僕たち以外に吸血鬼がいるかもしれないって。
Something else?
吸血鬼とは限らんがの。いても不思議はあるまい。不思議はある。
It's a phoenix. It has to be. The
僕の
plane
周囲だけ
overhead.
限って観察してみても、怪異を体内に宿しながら生きている人間ってのは何人かいるんだよな。例えば左手に猿を宿したカンバル駿河がそうだし、例えば精神に猫を宿した羽川翼がそうだ。だったら他にも体内に怪異を宿した僕の知らない人間がいても不自然。
Tsukihi?
Others that you just don't know about.
あの灰ビルを根城にするあたりが押野の同業者って感じか。早め早めに対処しといた方がいいかもな。
They're already there to. Oh my god.
どうも。
まず礼を言うとかなあかんねや。踊れの言う通りに進んだら栄光塾にはちゃんとつけたわ。その上ほんまに世継ぎにも教えてくれたそうや。
あなたたち二人は僕とこいつを退治するためにこの町に来たんですよね。この世にあるまじき不死身とその眷属として二人続けて道を聞いてきたのも偶然なんかじゃなくて、あれは様子見みたいなものだった。
Nope. Then why would we still be ringing the bell?
なんや知らん。踊れ勘違いしとるみたいやな。鉄血にして熱血にして冷血の吸血鬼、怪異殺しの怪異の王、キスショットアセロラオリオンハンダーブレードに関する
Respect.
A name known.
解決したことになっとる。
Yeah.
ちょっと後遺症が残っとる程度の普通の人間に対してリソースを避ける。
Mm-hmm.
うちどもの業界も閑古鳥が泣いてへんわ。
They're passable.
たら押野くんの世話焼き。お得意を箱の
Our friend.
そういうことになるんやろけどな。
Why else would they be at the same cram school setting up?
おいお前様よ。余計なことを思考するでな。今お前様には他に考え
Yep.
Like,
Why
why
else
else?
are they here?
Why else? Come on.
もしもあられに小弓や押野忍を目当てとして来たのでないというのなら。
ペットルールブック。僕は決め顔でそう言った。
What the fuck?
That's how we exercise things? Is her top half gone?
Maybe she can immediately regenerate.
Well, yeah, because if it's a phoenix.
Holy shit.
そうカッカすんのや。こういう時、押野くんならこない言うんかな。元気ええな。何度ええことでも。
Did something good happen? They really do know Oshino. It's not just the same like Kaiki knowing of them in the business. That's like
Where's Shinobu?
見てみいや。
observe.
あなたはよくよく不死身の怪異に縁があるようだね。あれは鼻からあなたの妹ではなく人間であって人間でない。あそこのあれは世にも珍しい火の鳥、邪悪なるフェニックスだよ。僕は決め顔でそう言った。
Wait, never. Wait, I'm so.
長の狼藉は許さぬ。うぬらとてここでこれ以上の騒ぎを起こすことを望んでおるわけではなかろう。
今の踊れに何ができるっちゅうねん。吸血鬼、元吸血鬼。スキルをなくした踊れなんぞ。うちにとってはまるで脅威やないで。
しかしうぬはそうでも、そちらの小娘はどうかな。わしのエナジードレイに耐えきれるほどの強力な怪異とはとても思えぬが、そしてそやつを吸い切ればうぬとも十分わしは渡り合えるのではないか。
Oh my god, Shinobu.
はったりだ。
うぬらにとっては時間は重要なもの。
She's talking their language.
まあええやろ。時と場合に無頓着言うても、さすがのうちもまさか兄の前で妹を退治する気はあれへんかったからな。ほんまの妹やないんやけど。
She isn't your real sister. And we're getting the idea of evil being brought back into the story. A true imposter.
なお兄やんにも身辺の整理をする時間は必要や。そのあっぱれなハったりに騙されといたるさかい。
Oh my god.
体の支度でも何でもせえや。明日また来る。それまでにいろいろ整理しとき。逃げても無駄やで。邪魔立てしよう言うんなら無害認定なんざしかと決めて踊れらごと始末したるわ。ほな。
Oh my god.
月賞狙うんだ。
ありゃ怪異やで。化け物や。化け物の偽物が人間の家族
Snuck into a human family.
そういうのを指してな。うちらは悪
Like a changeling.
うちら正義の味方としちゃ見過ごせんよ。そないな詐欺はな。
Is that why Tsukihi's so easily influenced? Not maybe having her own path or ideas?
Yeah, but if we remember a scar and
That means she was once human.
human, right?
Yeah.
That's where my head goes.
Yeah. It's a changeling situation, a replacement. Where's the real one? There is a real one.
Is it actually a phoenix or is it impersonating a phoenix? You
Yeah,
know?
right? It's a pigeon. No, pigeons wouldn't do that.
あららに暦僕だこれを
Were the fire
聞いてほしくはない
silent?
んだけれど暦お兄ちゃん大丈夫だよだってそれ近頃じゃなくて昔からずっとそうだから
That's what I'd say.
次回月フェニックスその4も
Final
ちろん最終回だ
episode. Okay, that was Nisemonogatari season 1 episode 10. I don't know what Tsukihi is. Tsukihi could very well be a phoenix. Tsukihi is something, or Tsukihi would be dead. But is it like Monogatari fashion that it's like a middle ground, or like something that I could never guess what Tsukihi actually is, or is it a phoenix? And it's just going to be like an all-out battle next episode.
I think the point that you brought up about the scars is important. The fact that for Araragi to have noticed that scars were gone, that means that scars existed in the first place, and had for a long time until that very moment. If you think about how quickly the regeneration happens after getting blasted by Yotsugi, scars would have disappeared in milliseconds if there were scars to an immortal being Tsukihi as a child.
However, it could have been, like, theoretically, Araragi being like, yeah, we took her to the doctor and it hadn't healed yet. And the doctor's like, yep, it's never going to recover fully. It's only going to be a scar. And Araragi just hasn't seen it until now, you know, and the fact that it has fully healed. Because what we do get from Tsukihi is a line like, scars heal, and it's incorrect. And Araragi's like, no, that's not what they say. So that could be the case, but it doesn't also logically, like, that's not the first thing that comes to mind.
I think that then where I would go with that topic of conversation would be Tsukihi's own knowledge of her situation, because then I could bring up the fact that she says to Araragi, well, couldn't you have just checked in a different way, like, to see my scars? And also, like, that idea that scars would fade with age, something that you had as a child being much more faded as an adult, even if, you know, it's very prevalent when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
That does happen. Like, I have like scars from when I was a kid that I thought would be there forever, and you couldn't even tell that that's what was there or that there was anything there nowadays.
Yeah.
So is that her just being like, oh, I didn't even notice that it's gone? Is that a deflection? Is that a truth of, oh, I thought scars could disappear someday, so I didn't think anything of it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, it's all about, we don't know what the situation currently is with the imposter, the actual, like, imposter factor here. Like, if this is not your real sister, this is an evil, immortal being that has either replaced your sister or has always been your sister, therefore not even a real sister, and infiltrated your family.
What makes a sister real?
Yeah,
is
what
it
makes
blood
a sister real?
or
Like,
inclusion from birth, you know?
Exactly. F you for even thinking that a phoenix sister wouldn't be a real sister.
Yeah. Unless it was like a situation, God, I can't remember the name of the movie, but the chameleon or something, where it's like, oh yeah, this kid is lost. Oh my God, he's found. Wait, this isn't my son. And it's like is the phoenix a third consciousness that knows it's tricking people? If it is, bad, not sister. If it isn't, I'd say yes, sister.
Okay, you want to know something funny I just thought of? So we've been thinking that Araragi has been the center, if you will, of the family in terms of once you meet an oddity, then oddities will be welcomed into your life more often. You'll encounter them more often. Well, we're thinking, oh, well, because of Araragi, you know, Kiyomi Araragi, that's when Karen the curtain has lifted up and now the sisters are getting closer to oddities because now they're in the vicinity of it more because of Araragi. But if you think about it, what if it wasn't him to begin with?
Yeah.
And they were already super close to an oddity. Therefore, whatever has happened to him in this series has been because of already having a close proximity to an oddity.
I think it's an interesting pair to go up against. Yuzuru and Yotsugi. Yuzuru being the exorcist. Like, whereas Oshino is very, like, balanced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
This feels almost like we're going up against the embodiment of the Fire Sisters. Like, of that, like, steadfast will. We're going to do this. Take your time. Tomorrow we're coming and we're going to get it done.
Oh, but it also has even more similarities when we think about what Tsukihi says about her own personal feelings at the beginning of this episode. That idea that, well, Yozuru's the actual exorcist, because even Kaiki takes it back. He says they're both exorcists, and then he breaks it down. He's
Yozuru.
like, actually, Yozuru is the exorcist, and Yotsugi is just the familiar to the exorcist. Think about what Tsukihi brought up at the beginning of the episode. Like, well, I'm influenced by you and Karen's justice.
Yeah.
And because you guys are so confident in that justice is the reason that I can even believe in something like that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And that she doesn't really have her own. That she's basically just living by what they've painted for her. And that's basically what the familiar would be. So they're a parallel in multiple regards. They're almost this sister duo, but one of them seemingly is the confidence. You'd say Yotsugi's the physical strength. You'd say Tsukihi's the physical strength. But then the older, taller sister is the one that's maybe more in the lead of what's happening and direction.
I hope what comes after next episode is a Nisemonogatari, but of their origins, Yozuru and Yotsugi. That would be everything to me. Yotsugi was very cool when she said unlimited rulebook. It made me feel reminiscent of Hunter x Hunter. But then her neck snapped. You know?
I liked that.
I was like, whoa, what the fuck? But
I
yeah,
really
that was
liked that moment.
crazy. Holy shit. Like,
Wait,
look.
are you...
Oh!
I love it! Oh, the way she looks. Is that a posed look? I don't know.
I love her. I want to see a backstory so bad. I love that they know Oshino so well.
The fact that, okay, that was honestly a really great thing to call upon with the fact that Kaiki reminds everyone, like, hey, I'm an actual, like, imposter to this. Like, I'm an actual con man.
Mm-hmm.
They're the real deal, so, like, I know of them, but, like, obviously they're not going to be hanging around with a fake or a fraud or an imposter. They're going to be friends with the real deal, or just, like, work friends, you know what I mean? Like, Oshino.
They know how he talks, that's for sure.
They literally knew one of his most iconic lines. Like, come on.
I like that Araragi and Shinobu are in this, like, classification place that it's, like, already, it's, like,
dealt with.
It's, like, not dealt with, necessarily. But, like, it's, like, but it's not pending. It's, like, it's went through, and if somebody really wanted to go back and scrutinize the work and had the time to do that,
someone
would they...
had the time to, ooh, okay.
Yeah, but, like, it's just, it's not, like, it's not worth it at this point.
It's not, like, case closed. It's more like, we don't have the time, so we're closing your case.
It makes me love Oshino even more. I love that Shinobu went out of her way to even make a bluff, but what's better is that they knew it was a bluff.
Knew it was a bluff.
But they respect
But there's
her.
a respect they have. Honestly, because if you think about it, Oshino, one of the main reasons why he steps in to help in the first place with Shinobu is because of the respect he has for the place that Shinobu holds within the world of oddities and ridding the world of oddities.
You know what's a fascinating non-retcon that you have like on your hands? Like, if you chose another character, you couldn't have gone as smoothly without, like, Oshino never met Tsukihi. There was not a time that, like, they, like, let's say that they did met in Bakemonogatari. Then we'd be asking the question, like, oh, did Oshino know?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't he say anything? But we don't have to worry about that. And that's an interesting thought.
I think another interesting thought that you could then tag onto that is, why has Shinobu not said or done anything?
Ah.
Like, Shinobu's definitely pretty helpful in terms of Karen's oddity situation and like us figuring out some ways that we're gonna deal with it thanks to talking to Shinobu.
You know what could have happened?
But-
It could have been like, well, yeah, why would I say anything about this in the first place? Oh, Karen's dealing with it. You need my help. Oh, yeah, I guess I could bring it up now because it's like we're on the subject 100 yen donuts. Holy shit. Like, I'm distracted now. I need to go get donuts. I forgot about talking about the Tsukihi
yeah,
thing.
it could be that, or it could be a nod to what they view as the classification of Aragi and Shinobu, which is not actually something deemed as dangerous as it possibly could be.
Yeah.
Like, Shinobu could have deemed what was going on with Tsukihi as something, why would I have to deal with that? That's not really something that's ever going to cause an issue. Like, maybe there's something more dormant to it. Maybe it's a situation where a nice little phoenix that was thought of to be evil by everyone is finally getting to live in a loving home and family, and Shinobu was like, well, I'm not gonna ruin that for you.
Yeah.
We don't know what it is. Also, the sisters have boyfriends.
Yeah, what the
so
fuck?
That was a fun little thing to learn. It sounds like Karen's a little bit in like a rocky situation, but like they're still gonna make it. So like I'm happy about that. I'm happy for them. But I am less
Rosso
happy.
Kuzawa is Tsukihi's boyfriend,
Yeah,
right?
and she's in love.
Mm-hmm.
And
then
Karen
Mizudori.
They haven't been getting along, but like they're still gonna last. They're still gonna be together. And I'm really honestly, I'm very upset that we can't see them. We haven't seen them. We haven't met them. We haven't seen Ara. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
That's
it's
gold.
inevitable.
That's gold having
Uh-huh.
him meet the boyfriends that he didn't even know existed until this scene. I want to see it.
One of them will have an oddity inevitably when they come over, you know?
I'm like wondering like how tall they're gonna be, you know? Are they gonna be like really like devilishly handsome?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a good question.
I'm excited for that.
Me too. You
I
good?
am kind of I'm good. I'm just worried going forward.
No, we're fine.
I honestly I think I'm just honestly really excited. I
Yeah.
want to know what the Phoenix situation is.
I want to know. I hope that they survive Yozuru and Yotsugi so that we can
They
continue
have
seeing them in the
to.
future.
We're not gonna kill them.
I'm devastated that they pulled the rug out from under me and hoping that it was Oshino at the donut shop. But
I really did think it was.
here we are. What's to come after?
And then we hear the
you say?
music and we're like, oh, that's Kaiki's
Yeah.
music. Shoot.
I like Kaiki. It's fine.
I don't mind Kaiki coming back, but it would have been like
Mhm.
over the moon feeling
I-
if it was Oshino.
In hindsight, nah, you couldn't have done Oshino. He's
we
like,
can't bring him back.
not yet. Not yet.
Well, there's also the element in terms of like bringing him back into the story right then would have probably felt weird
Mhm.
because of the language of the fact that he's the one that bound Shinobu, and then we're getting
Yeah.
this idea of like, oh, but in this other scenario they're a pair
Mhm.
because of the binding and it becoming a familiar through that, and so more of the unlikely pair of Araragi and Shinobu.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they're strong opponents. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
It feels like Tsukihi Phoenix finally actually started.
Yeah.
So that's exciting.
It makes sense why it took what it did to get here now. But
It does.
all right, thank you guys so
you.
much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We hope to see you next time.